y'all? Grand Rising. Crazy weather we're having, right? At least in the Midwest anyway. It's some pretty interesting phenomena kind of occurring. And surely some of it has to do with climate change. But as the days have kind of been going on, Opal's been kind of uncovering some interesting information. And one of the places that the weather's the worst is in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's flooding really bad over there. And for those that don't know, Black Wall Street was in Tulsa, and for those that don't know about Black Wall Street was a all-black community that was thriving in during the Great Depression. And they had their own economy, their own doctors, hospitals, transportation, buses, trains, movie theaters. They had their whole, for the first time really, an entire black community and their own institutions and everything like that. And what ended up happening was, like most cases, even like Emmett Till, a white woman said that, she was raped or whistled at, or some type of, derogatory kind of interaction with a black male. And they went and they dropped bombs on this community. And in Oklahoma, it's known as the Tulsa race riots, not as a massacre. And this year they just reopened the investigation into it because supposedly there's on Wikipedia they say there's only 34, 37 bodies or something like that, and in reality there was a lot more, and there was a lot of people that were murdered, and it was the first time on U.S. soil that a bomb was dropped from the air, and it was done by its own people. And so interestingly enough, I was just sitting here last night and Opal just gasps next to me, and I'm like, what's going on? She goes, they took the bodies and dumped them into the Arkansas River. Well, guess what? That river is flooding really, really, really badly. And furthermore, not to mention that they had a kind of like ceremonial thing where they were giving a tribute to Black Wall Street just a couple days ago, and its anniversary is coming up, I think tomorrow, and its 100-year anniversary is coming up in a couple of years. And so all this stuff is just kind of pretty interesting. And one of the last things I wanted to kind of touch on is that our whole state, every single county has a severe, storm kind of warning or whatever. And yesterday, our skies were absolutely beautiful. We barely got any rain. We caught a double rainbow. I'll post it up here in a little bit. And I just really feel like the more that we speak about these things, the more that the ancestors have our back and look out for us. And what was interesting was, when we were in Colorado, we were getting a lot of downloads on what had happened to the indigenous, and we were kind of confused, like, we're not part of any tribes here in the central U.S. And we got the download, from the ancestors that because we are indigenous, we are one family, and that we have the birthright to speak on a lot of these things that are happening that are just been swept under the rug for centuries. And so here we are. And that's what I got for y'all. Just a little vlog update on some of the weather stuff going on, some of the just history of real life. You always hear people say, get up by your bootstraps, you gotta just work hard. And it's like every time we try to work hard to build something, it's literally dismantled on an institutional level. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Wholeness.